the being tonight, and I defer the floor to you.
Thank you.
The legal, technology.
So thank you very much for inviting me today, and I will demonstrate to you our concordance search tool Juremy. And I will start by sharing a short slide. Let me share my screen. So hopefully you can see my slide. Okay. So Juremy.com, it's an online concordance search tool which we developed with my husband Robin Palotai, who is software engineer, and I am a lawyer linguist. I practice in Hungary, Budapest. I'm an attorney at law. At the same time, I have several years experience in translating for the Court of Justice of the EU. My language pairs are English into Hungarian and French into Hungarian. So during my job as a legal translator and lawyer linguist working with EU corpus, I discovered the need for more user-friendly and ergonomic terminology research. And together with Robin, we developed a tool which was launched in 2019. And this is what I would like to show you now. So the idea comes from the very strict requirements which sometimes the EU institutions have towards translators. The Court of Justice being perhaps is because it works with legal text, it might be the most strict, but European Parliament or Commission have also a criteria like which I just highlighted here in their tenders. But of course, translators have resources which are, thanks to the open data policy of the EU, the European Union's Publication Office publishes legal texts and court decisions, preparatory documents, and so on the EULEX website, which you surely know. But the thing is about EULEX, it's available in 24 languages, which is great, but it's more designed for the document research use case. It functions more like a document repository and not really designed for terminology or phrase research. Another resource is IATA, which is a curated set of terms and phrases. There are almost 1 million entries, which are not available in all 24 EU languages, but the terminologists are continuously working on expanding the coverage of this resource. And this is also open data, so it's available for free. And the DGTTM, it's an offline resource. It covers mostly the legal acts of the European Union. And what we try to achieve in Juremy is to a bit combine these resources and make it more ergonomic and to provide a faster terminology research for translators. And what we do is we download EULEX data monthly, so it's periodically done. So you should see in Juremy the most recent legislation or case law, for example, from August. And the IATA is also downloaded. It's an official resource, so it's very reliable and revised and reviewed terminology resource. What is useful when you use Juremy is that you will see the query hits in context, which I will show you in a few minutes how it works in practice. So you will be able to see the expression in the segment which this is included in. What we also do is the smart search. The smart search means that you don't have to worry about the logical operators. We have smart search categories like relaxed word positions or stemming, which can provide you terminology hits even if the target segment uses a plural form or there is some suffixes. There are some suffixes, so we will surface that as well. And what I wanted to share is we have 278,000 documents from the EURLAX, which include sector 1, 3, 5, and 6. These are the treaties, the legal acts, preparatory documents from the Commission, and 6 is the Court of Justice and General Court's judgments and the opinions of the Advocate General. So now let's see how it works in practice. This was the theory part. Now let's go to the practical one. So this is our landing page. Clicking here, you after registration, which I will tell you about later, you will see this is the search surface, the user interface, and here is the search bar. Here you can choose to enter one word or a multi-word expression or a whole sentence. And I set the language pair to English, Greek, but you can choose any combination of the 24 languages. And by entering, for example, this legal term, now you see that Juremy will surface in a bilingual view those segments from the EURLAX database which contain the should be interpreted broadly expression. The iGuide function is experimental, as you can see, but it tries to guide your attention where the hit expression can be found in the right side column. And this category it's the most important category of the smart search. It means that we have found an exact phrase. Now here on the left side we have some filtering options, and also on the right side as well, but on the left side these are more filtering to the content. I have everything chosen here, but if I don't want to see this sector 5 document, which is a commission notice, I can only filter to the case law if I work, for example, on a court document. But of course, other categories, hits are also very useful from the terminology research point of view. And here the next category which we have is the relaxed word positions. You can see that should not be broadly interpreted, and not is inserted in the original query, and also the position of the words is a bit changed here. And the Juremy will also surface these hits here. And the stemmed phrase category, it means that we also look for those query hits which have one of the words or multiple words in the query expression is shorter, or it has a different ending, or it's slightly rephrased, or it's in different tense. So I wanted to show you these search categories on this example, but we can also look for some shorter word like, for example, supervision. And here you can see, because it's a shorter expression, it's more likely to have an IATA match. The interactive terminology for Europe, it's the term code Europe's online resource. And as you can see here, we have found an IATA match. So it comes on the top of the list. It comes on the top of the exact phrase match even. And what you can see is different categories here, which is these colorful labels. These are the Eurovoc domain indicators, which we can, if we want, also unfold. And this is a recent feature in Juremy, which we released this summer. You can set your preferences here. So you are not filtering the results based on the Eurovoc indicator or domains, but you can prefer finance, and you can see that then finance, those documents where the Eurovoc indicator contains finance, then you will see it on the top of the list. However, if you say that you don't prefer that, you won't see these, only in the end of your hit list. And there is this wrench icon where you can choose whatever you would like to prefer or not prefer, and here you can reset this. And then what I wanted to show you is the metadata which are connected here to the not only the IATA matches, but also the EURLEX matches. This is the IATA link ID, which will direct you to the official site of the IATA. And what we just implemented yesterday is the possibility to directly go to the bilingual site of the IATA. So you will immediately find the English-Greek entries. So these cards, which the terminologists have already published, but you will only see the English-Greek versions of that expression. And here you will find all the metadata and references, which might help you decide which expression to choose or which to use in your project. And these indicators are, the stars indicate the reliability of the expression. You can also find it here, the reliability code, and the evaluation. It's like there are preferred terms or obsolete terms. If there are similar labels in the IATA, we will import it and show it, surface it immediately upon the Juremy search. And if you are researching the EURLEX document, when we leave the IATA category and we have, for example, the stem phrase category, we also have a link here. You can copy the link as well, which is very useful when, for example, when translating for the Court of Justice, we are required to use the document references, and it's very easy to just copy this and paste it to your document. And here, similarly to the IATA, we are guided to the EURLEX official site, and the English-Greek version is available for you for further research. And which is important to emphasize is one of Juremy's features, which is quite useful, is the eliminating the misalignment, which is very often seen in the EURLEX documents. So you can see that here it's not really parallel, and sometimes these are misaligned, these very, very long segments of paragraphs. But Juremy will eliminate this. So here it is almost 100% the right segment which you will see in the right side. So it's on your target language, you will see that segment which you are looking for. And what I wanted to show you is the fuzzy match feature, which for which I will copy a longer expression. Like you can try to search for a whole sentence. It's not always. Of course, I chose a sentence which exists in the Eurlex repository. We can switch this off because if it's too colorful, you can just switch off the color coding. It won't disturb you anymore. So here we found an opinion here which contains this sentence, but if I just delete the digital economy, then yeah, we will still find it. Or let's delete some more fragments from here. So the fuzzy feature, it's like it will find you rephrase the expression or a sentence which is partly eliminated or deleted. And on the right side, you can see display options. These are more ergonomic features, so it's not related to the content. If you are not interested in the IATA matches, you can switch them off. Also, if you want a clearer view with not so many metadata, you don't need to have the title or the work date, the topic. So in the end, you can have a clearer view, but for your research it's useful, then we recommend using these these checkboxes. Also, the domain icons can be unfolded to concepts, which is the IATA or the Eurovoc categories. Domains have several thousand concepts, so it's a really detailed descriptor of that given document. But if it's too detailed, then you can choose to have only the 21 domains, which is used to categorize EU documents. So this is what I wanted to show you shortly to demonstrate how Juremy works. When you visit our website, you will have this landing page, and you can, yeah, because I'm not I already have a login, but in the right upper right corner, you will see a login button. And after a short registration, which only needs an email address, you can use the tool for 30 days free. So this is a free trial, which is available for everyone who registers with an email address. Maybe going back a bit, now that you have seen how Juremy works, it makes maybe more sense to share a few more information. So this is what I already mentioned, and here is some numbers. So maybe this number is a bit higher because we continuously import the new legislation, and it might be more documents now. This is just a short comparison with IATA. So the philosophy behind IATA, it's more like a terminology resource which is curated, while the Eurlex is like a document repository, as I already mentioned. Yeah, this is just to summarize why our users like to use Juremy, because what we have in mind, as I am also a lawyer linguist, so I have first-hand experience in terminology research and legal translations, so we try to incorporate this experience into designing our tool. And also we are up to date. We try to import the new data on a monthly basis. And of course, these documents are reliable because it comes from the EU Open Data Access. And the time saving, if you compare by searching for an expression on the EURLEX advanced search surface and on Juremy, might be 10 times faster. And you have immediately several choices to choose from, so you can synthesize the information which we display, and we try to add more and more metadata and filtering options in the future to be able to focus your search even more to find the best terminology hit. So this is the sign up button, which you can find on our website, and you're welcome to try 1 month free trial, and your questions are welcome if you have any questions. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Timea. I'll start with the question that I have. On one of your slides, I think it was slide 11, you talked about terminology feeding there. Can you explain that a little bit more? I think it was about adding terminology or something. It's on your presentation. It was on slide 11, if I'm not.
Okay, I will go back to there and see. Terminology feeding, it's not possible at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, my 11th slide is the data integration, but I skipped that one.
Okay.
So,
then I will.
Okay.
I have a couple more questions, but I will start with the ones that I see in the Q&A. Christina is asking, when looking for an exact phrase, not all words of the Greek expression were highlighted in yellow. And then when looking only for the EESC, there were other words that were also highlighted, not only the Greek equivalent. Can you explain the reason? Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, so the iGuide, as I mentioned, the yellow feature, it's an experimental feature, and you can switch it off. Sometimes it guides you to the right word, and sometimes not, because it's a semantic intelligence which we need to implement, and it's one of the features which is on our list, which we would like to improve in the future, but it needs further development. So it's an experimental, and that's the reason.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for that. And I have the question that Vasiliki is asking was one of the ones I was going to ask. Is there a plan, or is it currently available to export the data? So the results, that you get.
Yeah, it's not yet possible. So we have Juremy is an online tool. You don't need to install a software or anything, but you cannot download or export data from Juremy at the moment. We are thinking about integrating with CAT tools, which might be something similar when we would use the Juremy as the translation memory resource, but the export is not yet incorporated.
Well, before going to the next question, I'll interject mine, which kind of clicks with that. So are there any plans on kind of integrating the service to a CAT tool, like that people could not to download, but to be able to do the search via an interface as an add-on in a machine translation environment?
Yeah, we are currently looking into the technical possibilities to integrate into the studio. but yeah, it's under development, so it's also one of the features which a lot of our users would like to have. And we are looking into the exact implementation, which would be the best option. It will work because we would like to surface the results in the CAD tool surface. So maybe you don't have to leave the CAD tool to switch to the Juremy surface. But on the other hand, Juremy brings you a lot of useful information, which would be maybe difficult to squeeze in the other surface. So that's what we are currently thinking about. Yeah, but it's on the menu. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Even if it was, that you have a result and that result is a link, and then I can open up the full, let's say, blown Juremy. That would be very, very useful during the translation work. Now, I have one more question that says, thank you, Timea, for your presentation. I just wanted to ask you whether you use cut tools for the translation services to the ECJ.
The Court of Justice, you mean?
That's what I understand as well.
Yeah. So the Court of Justice, now they also require the use of cut tools, the traders. So similarly to the commission, yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing that I like about Juremy is that it's not a static tool. It keeps growing along with the sources. And I think I told you and your husband that I really like that you guys do the work that we would have to do beforehand, and we would have to every single time redo the alignments and everything. So by you providing us these services, it really helps getting more focused, better, having more reliable results. So you go through maybe 2-3 sentences, at least, to see whether you get the same translation. With Juremy, just right there in front of your eyes. So do you guys have any questions for Timea, for the functionality, or anything on the tool? I will give you 1 minute to type something, either the Q&A or the chat, or if you want to say something, raise your hand and I'll unmute you, and you can talk if you want to. So let's see. We have just a comment that it was very good job. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So if you guys don't have any questions, then what I'll do is I will thank you for being here, and of course I'll thank our presenter Timea for taking the time to show us this wonderful tool. I'll tell you that there's a surprise for the PEM members. Get a discount code for the use of the tool. So you can register, like Timea said, you can use a full month for free, and then you can shoot me an email at boardmember1@pem.gr, which was the email for questions for tonight as well. And I'll shoot you back with a code. So thank you for the presentation, Timea, and thank you guys for attending. And I'll see you all in our next International Translation Day. Don't forget that on the 28th, we got an open, first live. Let's see each other again, close up and personal. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
Thank you for coming.